Article 15. Nutrition and Brain Recovery. Article Summary. This article positions nutrition as a foundational but often overlooked component of stroke recovery. It reframes food not as a secondary lifestyle factor, but as a support system that enables energy, cognitive clarity, and effective neuroplastic change. It reinforces a core principle of the rewired runner philosophy. Nutrition doesn't replace recovery work, it supports the brain to perform and adapt during it. About the author. Mark Ford is a stroke survivor who turned ultramarathon runner and is the founder of Rewired Runner. He helps survivors rebuild belief, energy, and purpose through movement. Read by a text-to-speech AI. Important safety. Note: this article shares lived experience supported by research, but it is not medical advice. Stroke recovery and mental health responses vary widely. If you're experiencing persistent low mood, panic, trauma symptoms, or thoughts of self-harm, please reach out to a qualified clinician or crisis support in your country. Introduction. Every stroke is different. Food choices can interact with health conditions and medications. This article summarizes research in plain language. It is not medical advice. Please work with your doctor or a registered dietitian before making changes. Upfront. What the science actually says. In brief. Strongest overall pattern signal. Diets rich in vegetables, fruit, especially berries, legumes, nuts/seeds, whole grains, olive oil, and regular fish and low in ultra-processed foods are consistently linked with better cardiovascular outcomes and healthier cognitive aging. The two most cited templates are Mediterranean-style eating, Mind Diet, Mediterranean plus DASH hybrid with specific brain-forward emphasis. Why this matters for recovery conditions. Better vascular health supports brain blood flow, a prerequisite for quality practice and adaptation. Steadier energy from fiber-rich carbs plus protein plus healthy fats can reduce spikes/crashes that worsen fatigue and thinking effort. A whole food tilt often means higher micronutrient density, B vitamins, minerals, polyphenols, relevant to neuronal function and general health. Caution/mixed areas. Single superfoods or extreme eliminations, without medical indication, show weak or inconsistent evidence for cognitive/neurological recovery. High-dose supplements are not general recovery accelerators. They're case-by-case and should be clinician-guided. Bottom line, the weight of evidence favors patterns, not fads. Section 1. Build the plate. Simple, repeatable. Use this repeatable plate most days. 1. Smart carbohydrates, 1/4 to 1/3 plate. Whole grains. Oats, brown rice, quinoa, legumes, root veg. Aim for fiber plus slow release to support steadier energy during therapy/work blocks. 2. Protein for repair, 1/4 plate. Fish, oily fish regularly. Eggs, poultry, tofu/tempeh, legumes, yogurt. A palm-sized serving at main meals supports tissue repair and satiety. 3. Color load, 1/2 plate vegetables across the day plus fruit. Leafy greens and a traffic light of colors. Berries and leafy greens appear frequently in brain-forward patterns. 4. Healthy fats, daily, modest. Extra virgin olive oil as default. Nuts/seeds, walnuts, almonds, pumpkin seeds, avocado. Helps absorb fat-soluble nutrients and provides stable energy. 5. Hydration, planet. Keep water handy and sip consistently. Dehydration can worsen fatigue and clarity dips. Use electrolytes when clinically appropriate. Heat, longer training. Snack equals mini-meal. Purpose, stable brain fuel. Pairs like yogurt plus berries, hummus plus carrots, apple plus nuts, whole grain toast plus peanut butter, tuna plus whole grain crackers. Section 2. Time fuel around brain work. Treat neuroplastic practice like training. Prime the session 30 to 90 minutes before. Small balanced snack, for example, fruit plus nut butter, yogurt plus oats, to steady attention. Long blocks, greater than 90 minutes. Insert a quick fuel plus water pause to preserve quality. Front-load clear hours. If mornings are your best clarity window, place demanding tasks there. Use shorter blocks later with a light pre-snack. Evening stability. Earlier, calmer dinners. Some find a light, carbohydrate-leaning bite before bed helps overnight stability, for example, small oats or a banana. Adjust for personal medical needs. Section 3. Supplements. Optional, clinician-guided. Food first. If you and your clinician consider supplements, common evidence-based conversations include omega-3, EPA/DHA, often discussed for cardio/brain support within broader risk profiles. Vitamin D and B vitamins, including B12/folate, where blood tests show insufficiency. Creatine monohydrate, sometimes considered for cellular energy in active rehab contexts. Suitability and dosing are individual. There are interactions/contraindications, so decide with your medical team. Section 4. Make it livable. 2-week reset. Perfection collapses. Systems persist. Try this low-friction rhythm. Daily anchors. 1 Mediterranean/mind-style main meal on repeat. For example, olive oil vegetables plus salmon plus brown rice. 2 colors before midday, greens plus berries. Protein at each main meal. Water bottle rule. Fill on waking, refill after lunch. 1 planned snack before your highest focus block. Weekly moves. Shop your pattern: greens, beans, oats, olive oil, frozen berries, eggs/fish/yogurt, nuts/seeds. Batch once. Double cook a protein and a grain for quick assembly meals. Rotate 3 to 4 dinners. Embrace boring good on busy nights. 1-line review each week. What helped energy/clarity? What will I repeat? Section 5. Food won't do the reps, but it helps them count. Nutrition won't replace therapy, speech work, or training. What it can do is support steady energy, clearer practice, and recovery between sessions so you can return tomorrow and keep building. Aim for a brain-forward pattern most of the time. Time small fuels around hard work, and keep it simple enough to stick. Recovery isn't magic, it's momentum. Food helps that momentum hold. References. Simplified, policy-aligned. Estruck R. et al. Primary Prevention of Cardiovascular Disease with a Mediterranean Diet. New England Journal of Medicine, 2013. Morris M.C. et al. On Mind Diet and Cognitive Decline. Prospective Cohort Findings. Alzheimer's and Dementia, 2015. Gomez Pinilla, F. Brain Foods, Nutrients and Brain Function. Nature Reviews. Neuroscience, 2008. Johnstone A.M. Hydration and Cognitive Performance Across the Lifespan. Nutrition Reviews, 2019. Kennedy D.O.B. Vitamins. And the Brain. Mechanisms and Human Effects. Nutrients, 2016. Farvad M.S. et al. Olive oil intake and cardiovascular risk. Meta-analysis. Circulation, 2014. Owen L. et al. Polyphenols and cognition across the lifespan. Nutrition Reviews, 2008. Tipton K.D., Phillips S.M. Dietary Protein and Training Adaptation. Kerr Open Clin, Neuter Metab Care, 2015. Hoon S. et al. Nutrition and Cognition in Aging, Mechanisms to Interventions. Aging Research Reviews, 2015. Medical and references. Full medical, legal, and conflict disclaimers are contained in the written article, as are scientific references to support and scientific statements made.